Hello, welcome to the next edition of the Jank Tank. Today we're going to be trying out the morph mechanic slash, cloaking slash disguise, the mega morphs. All the morph mechanics, type mechanics are in one deck. I picked the best ones I figured would be in a maximum of 3 colors, so it's Naya. So we should be able to have a decent coverage across a lot of the new stuff and a lot of the older stuff. So that's what we're trying out today. If you like morphing, this is definitely the video. You should definitely hit that thumbs up. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. Let's get there together. So smash that sub button and hit that bell notification to order for future videos. Let's get into the deck list and see the deck in action. So the deck list, we have 4 helixes because it's a decent removal spell, 4 hide in plain sight, kind of our Coco. We could maybe get a couple of our Megamorph dudes, get them down underneath. Then Obscuring Ether is probably the best card in the deck. It really helps facilitate the turn 2 morphing, so that's really critical. We have 23 lands, not too bad. We have a couple Yoris because we're able to, be able to reuse our threats. Then we have a Performer, Gatekeeper. These are just some of the better ones from the new set. Dragon Slayer is a good one from the old set. Den Proctor used to be a staple, I guess, back in the old days, back in when it was in standard. Then we have a Raptor also. The same thing applies. So I'm kind of excited to see how these old cards stack up in today's meta. Sideboard, though, we do have 3 Vending Volleys for the Molly matchup, 2 Damping Spheres for Lotus Field, 2 Get Lost as a catch-all removal spell. It's good against control. It's good against, etc., etc. 2 Rest in Peace for the Phoenix matchup, a Clothis for Control and Phoenix, 2 Deafened Clarions for the aggro matchups, 2 Velociraptors, Rampaging Frostodon for the Amalia matchup. That is our deck we're trying out today. Let's see if the deck can compete in Pioneer. Let's get into it. Overgrown Tomb. Scout. Thankfully it's not a Thoughtseize. Okay, this is clearly a Malia combo. We might have a hard time with this one. So we lead off with a Gorge. Play a Obscuring Ether and say go. Hits me for 2. We take it. Mana Confluence. Innkeeper. So we have to play this tapped. Or I mean, play this upside down. And hopefully we can flip this, not this turn, but the following turn. And hopefully that's enough to win. Or keep him off of the combo. So Molly's on the top. This could mean we're just dead. But then again, he needs a extra mana here. So we should be fine. That is interesting, to be honest with you. So this should just make this cost 1 mana. Yeah, there you go. And we pass the turn. Hopefully we get one more turn. Shoves in for 2. We take it. Mana Confluence. Amalia. Overgrown Tomb. Probably goes to the yard. No, never mind. That goes to his hand. Ooh, that's tough. The dog really makes this awkward. I guess put that on red. Pass the turn. So our best bet here, I think, is to hope that they play a combo piece, right? Take it and force a draw. So Beseiju is one of them. Turn it face down, and that fizzles. Tomb, and passes. Now I can't play Raptor, so it doesn't really matter what I do. So we'll go ahead and play the Confluence face down, or play the Confluence and pass. Goes to combat, attacks out. Attempt to snipe the Amalia. Okay, protects it. So we block and block. Take 3 planes. But how do we win? We're just going to die to our Mana Confluence. Or Innkeeper, attack. It's like a chord. Return of the ranks. Okay, so we bring in Clarion, Ferocodon, and Volleys. Raptor's probably just too slow and too cute. Probably don't need some of these dens and a Yaris or anything like that. Simple Garden tap, say go. Tomb, Scout, Thicket, pass. Hits me for 1. Shrine, Innkeeper. So we go and play the Gorge, Clarion, say go. Just plays a Thicket and passes. Play the Temple Garden untapped. First time ever casting this card. In plain sight. I guess the Shaman and Yaris. Coco, Amalia, and a Savior. So he Tomb Shocks Walker. Now you just need something to sprocket. Return of the Ranks gets the Explorer trigger. And that's GG's. Okay, 0-1. Face one of the better decks in the format. Let's get into the next. Forge. Epicure. And passes. Oh my god, I played the wrong land. That's fine. So plays the Foundry. NT. And shoves for 2. I don't know why I thought this was a thicket. Take 2. So Gorge, Ether, say go. So get lost my Ether. Shoves in for 5. And an Neonate. Disguise the Performer, say go. Shoves in. Fiery Temper. Do you bolt the Disguise card or just hit my face with it? Probably easier just to smash my face. Nope, going for my creature. So we take 7 and plays a pass. Play another Ether. Play a land. Face down the Shaman. Say go. Okay, that's enough to win. So I guess we bring in Get Lost. Possibly Clarion. Go down the Raptor. Run it like that. Thicket. Ether. Say go. Forge. Flame Blade. Passes. Okay, I drew a land. That means I probably don't necessarily need to cast a Shaman this turn. So we'll stick with the Performer and say go. Originally I was leading to this one because I figured I might need to draw to find my next land drop. But so Neonate, that means there's no Get Lost coming. That's a positive. So we'll play the Beseiju. Disguise the Performer. Go to combat. Shove. Blocks. Turn it face up. Deal 3. So he cracks the Neonate to go looting. We pass the turn. Epicure. And passes. Helix. Go to combat. Shove and shove. Flip him up. Deal 12. And morph the Shaman. Say go. I think we might be taking a game. It also doesn't help that he got land screwed. Alright, so Lightning Axe is one of my Performers. You gonna kill the other one? No, it's gonna crack a blood. Okay. Plays a Forge. And passes. Flip him up. Got the game. Run it back. So Foundry, untapped. Epicure. Thicket. Ether, say go. Hits me for 1. We're tied. Neonate. Passes. Temple Garden, untapped. Disguise a Gatekeeper, say go. Since we don't have a red source, I'm not going to do the Performer. Hits me for 1. Take it. Gonna crack the blood? I would. Temple Garden tapped. Morph the Dragon Slayer. Attempt to hit you. Cracks the blood, getting rid of the Phoenix. So he cracks his Hollow One, get rid of another, or Neonate getting rid of another Phoenix. One of these times we'll find a red source. So Lightning Axe is the morph. And bolts my face. Nope, chooses not to cast it. Okay, a Hollow One. Hits me for 1. I think it's correct to flip this up and eat the Hollow One. Put the Performer face down. I guess offer a trade. So another Hollow Sundown Pass. Or dual lands. Epicure. Passes. There's my land. Hide in plain sight. Gatekeeper. Performer. Go to combat. Shove. Whip it up. Hit you for 6. Okay, knockout blow. Okay. So he basically did 1 to him. Cracks the blood. And passes. Put that face down. Go to combat. Attack. Flip that face up. Deal 3. Flip him face up. Blink. Alright, shoots my Performer. Hit you for 6. Hits me for 1. Go to 10. Passes. Go to combat. Shove. Get lost. So hit you to 4. Morph. Flip it up. I think we just pass. Demand answers. Another Epicure. So that's not going to do it. Play another Ether. Crack a map. Crack a map. Put Dragon Slayer to the graveyard. Go to combat. Shove for 6. Probably got a double block here. Helix. Looks like we're going 1-1. Somehow we won a match. I'm quite happy. Let's get into the next. Gorges passes. We'll play our own Gorge. Play a Ether, say go. Another Gorge. Copter. Play the Gatekeeper, say go. I think this is the right move because it has Ward 2. Next turn I could play Thicket, play this face down, and immediately flip it if I want. Werewolf Pack Leader. Crew smacks me. Gets rid of a Lava Axe. Take it. Beseju. Elf. Play the Thicket. Morph. Shove. There you go. Another Elf. I mean, another Werewolf Pack Leader. And Cruise. Goes to combat. Shoves. Gets to loot and draw. That's a lot of looks. Flip him face up. Pray we hit a land here. Thank you. Attempt to trade. Play the Pathway and passes. Helix. Confluence. Dragon Slayer face down. Pass the turn. Goes to crewing. Shoves in. Draw some cards. Flip him face up. Eat the copter. Stomps it so I can't block the pack leader. Yeah, take it. Stomps my other thing and plays a tap den. Hide in plain sight. I guess that's fine. Not ideal, but it's something. So we do that. Take performer and I guess advantage. And we pass the turn. Cavern on beast. I guess those are giants. Is this a questing beast? Sure. I can't block that, so I'm taking 4 guaranteed. So that blocks here. Can I afford to take 7? I guess so. So we're up 2. Probably play the Bone Crusher. Clothes. Pretty decent. That is not. So Lightning Helix, the pack leader, and we just pass. So now we're at 3. Play the bone. Play another bone. So now he does 1 point here. Is that Xaxes? So flip that face up. Put that face down. Block. Block. Take 1. Play another hide in sight. Double dens. And we scoop it up. We'll go ahead and pay 1 life. So he has a decent amount of chunky threats. I guess Deafening Silence and the God seems reasonable. You also could argue this. Maybe trim back on Raptor. I don't know if he can go that far. I guess we go back down on another Raptor. I don't like that. Gorge. Ether, say go. Stomping Grounds. Elf. Passes. Play a tap land, say go. So Cavern on Human probably means a werewolf is inbound. Stormseeker. Okay. Hits me for 3. I guess more for Dragon Slayer, say go. Another Stormseeker. So he pumps him. Shoves. We block 1. Go to 14. Come on, 1 time. 1 white source for this Clarion. Forest. Elf. Helix. That's the opposite of what I was asking for. Morph Dragon Slayer. I mean, we can't let these Stormseekers flip. That's why we're playing these. So 3/2 Haster that basically says this can't block. Yeah. So we don't find another white. We don't find a land at all. I guess cast one of those and say a Den Proctor and say go. Pumps. And that's pretty much Xaxes because we have to block. Alright, so what did we learn this week about this deck? Over we went 1 and 2. The last match, definitely we struggled. We couldn't find that last white source. The third land, which would let us deafen Clarion and wipe his board. Hopefully reset the game at a decent life total. But we took 1 gigantic hit. And that pretty much sealed the fate, right? Even if we would have deafened Clarion in that last turn, the odds that we would have been able to stabilize a 5 life is pretty low. But outside of that, the deck actually competed. So like this mechanic, I was going under the impression this was going to be the ultimate jank. Ether definitely made this deck playable. A lot more than it should be. A 3 mana 2/2 with Ward 2 is not playable. But a 2 mana 2/2 with Ward 2, that's something to talk about. So Ether definitely is worth it. You could argue that I should play the red 1-drop that when it attacks, you decrease the cost by 1 for the rest of the remainder of the turn. But I think Ether is, of course, the better card, especially when they stack. Like, you can discount it to almost being a free face down spell. So that's kind of interesting if you can get 3 of these on the board. But if you have any suggestions at all for this deck, let me know down in the comment section. One thing I did notice was, of course, like sometimes we just didn't get our red sources. And that last time we didn't get our white sources, so that was a little bit weird. Maybe there's a little bit more fine tuning in the mana base. I'm not sure if it should just be like cut a thicket. No, like, because green, you need green turn 1. That's where the conflict of interest is. We have full playset of ground and garden, so it's not like you could really up your shocks, right? You could, I guess, for Sacred Foundry, but you really want that turn 1 green for the ether. So that's like really critical for the deck to function. But anything else, let me know down in the comment section what you guys would have considered. I think we did have a decent sideboard for the meta that the current Pioneer meta. But other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon.